So, Miata's back on jack stands. I gotta pull the motor. Let me start this video and I'll tell you why. Okay, so I really owe you guys an update. I haven't made a video in a long time and I apologize. Try not to talk too much, but it's been a while. I've been busy, I've been working on this a lot. My truck broke down for a day, working on that. Went to Boston last weekend, been traveling. It's been busy, really busy, I apologize. I owe you guys an update, and today I'm going to give it to you along with pulling the motor. Let's start off with, I was doing the hydro install. I got a bunch of footage of that, I'll play that in a second. I got the hydro ebrake installed in the car. I got the lines ran, except one of them's leaking, so I got to redo that one flare on that hard line. And basically the hydro's just about done, almost done, like say 95%. So I'll play that footage real quick now. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today, obviously, by the title, we will be installing a hydro e-brake in my Miata. And not just any hydro, this beautiful piece of metal is the one from ASD. If you don't know who ASD is, you probably shouldn't watch anything about drifting because they're a huge name brand with handbrakes. And it comes with the Willwood Master, which is absolutely gorgeous. I need to get some like sexy close-up shots of this thing, but this thing is so freaking pretty. It was pretty pricey. I think I paid like $250 for it, maybe $260. I don't know, but it was worth it. Everyone told me to get a hydro, told me to go with ASD because the Willwood Master. So it should be pretty solid, more than enough to lock up my brakes. I will be doing an inline system. Maybe down the road I'll do dual calipers, but for now, with my drifting skill and level, I just mess around in parking lots and small drift events. I don't need anything more than an inline system. But this is the mounting plate. I talked about this already. This is from Level Ride Concepts. I'll put a link to all this stuff in the description again in case you want to check it out. This is how I'm going to be mounting it. I'll show you guys this in a second. And then I picked up some hardline from O'Reilly's, and then I picked up some fittings. So I get to flare some brake lines, which everyone says flaring brake lines is like the funnest thing in the world. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Okay, a drill press is game changer. I've had this thing for like 6 months. I've never used it. I got it for free. And oh my god, this is so nice. I'm never using a hand drill and drilling holes ever again. If it fits on this drill press, I'm using it. Like, to drill perfectly straight holes is so nice. It took no effort. You just literally just push this down. I put a little bit of oil on it just so I don't overheat the drill bit, and that's it. Perfect. Okay, so everything's on the car. Everything's finger tight. Nothing's really torqued down, and I got some big old washers on this plate. Basically just to hold pressure on it, and even out the pressure, like spread it out more, so it actually holds tight. These 3 are in the stock holes. Actually, these 4, all 4 are in the stock holes, and the plate's solid. Like the plate, like finger tight, and I can't even shake it loose. Like it's super tight. So I think that'll hold the e-brake or the handbrake very, very nice on the training tunnel. And then I drilled 2 holes in the plate to mount the hydro, and that's what you guys saw up on the drill press. And the bottom one, the back one, actually goes through the tranny tunnel. So I use a longer bolt. And the bolt goes through the plate into the train tunnel, and I'm going to put a nut on the back. I got to jack up the car and get it from underneath because I can't get my fingers upside down to get the nut on here. Maybe I can. I got to try a little more. And then this one on the front hole is basically hanging off the lip. So I can basically access it right here with a wrench to hold the nut. So it's all bolted together right now. I think it's bad to pull, there's only fluid in it, but this thing is solid. Like the back's loose because I haven't bolted it in, but the front's solid. So this is how it's going to go. Put the steering wheel on. So that's be my interior. And the reach from here to here isn't terrible. Alright, it's a couple days later. I'll give you guys an update. Here's the piece right now. I'm painting it. This is the mount for the hydro. So while that's drying, I finished cutting up the dash. I didn't really film it. I apologize. It actually came out halfway decent. I still need to clean up the edges. As you can see, this is all hacked up and this is all cut. So I'm going to sand that down and then get like a piece of like window seal kind of vinyl and like cover it up so it'll be nice and smooth. So we'll come back to this. I want to talk to you guys about where I'm going to tee into the brake lines. This is the fittings I'm using, and then I have the hose, the brake line hose right there. So I'm actually going to cut this off and take these fittings off. This is the tool you'll need to flare brake lines. Everyone says it kind of sucks. I've never done it before, so we'll find out. Basically, you put the line inside here, you tighten it down the clamp, and then you put this through and flare it. I'll film it, I'll show you guys. So let me show you where I'm going to tee into. On NA Miatas, the rear brakes come off a T back here. I need to get my light, hold on. Okay, so let's see if you guys can see this. Okay, so on NA Miata, the brake lines are right there, and they come down, and there's just one brake line right here that comes into this box. And then from here, one goes here, a stainless steel line to this brake, and then on the top of the box, there's another line that goes across to the other side, the driver's side rear caliper. So this is the line I'm going to cut and tee into. So this is the one right here. This is on the back passenger side wheel, right above it. So, yep, that is the hydro install. It is all in right now. The only thing that's not hooked up is the back fitting where it tees into. One of them was leaking, so I need to just fix the flares on it. I got the sweet Wu-Tang sticker here. I don't know if I showed you guys this. It's the girls from like Full House, I think, maybe. I don't know, doing the Wu-Tang symbol. So yeah, interior looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Shout out to LRB door panels for really completing the interior. They make a bunch of sick CNC plated metal sheets, aluminum sheets for Miatas, 240s, all types of cars. I'll put a link in the description below to their website, and also I believe I still have a discount code. So if you guys use my discount code, you get like 10% off. So that was how the company made those sweet door panels for me. So yeah, I really like my interior. There's not much more I'm going to do besides upgrade my door speakers. Okay, so basically you guys got a gist of the hydro install. I didn't go into too much detail, but it'll kind of give you an idea. If you have any questions on it, let me know. I'll show you guys more. If you guys want to have any questions, just message me. And then I still have drift knuckles. They are on my workbench. Eventually I would like to install those. I don't have the time because this is more important what I'm working on now. But eventually I will get my knuckles installed and do that. I'll do an update video on that. So now let's talk about the Miata and why I'm pulling the motor. Basically, for stupid reasons, I have a cracked oil pan. And most of you guys know, have Miatas, you can't pull the oil pan off while it's on the car because the support beam, steering beam thing, bracket, power line, whatever, goes underneath the oil pan. Basically, there's like a brace. It's actually a metal brace, I believe. So the only way to swap the oil pan is to pull the motor. So I found that out last night, and by last night, since till now, this is the next day, just got off work, I already pulled the exhaust, pulled the drive shaft, pulled the underneath bracing transmission support beam, pulled all the transmission bolts, and that's it. So today I just picked up my buddy's engine hoist. It's right here behind me, and shout out to my buddy Malcolm for helping me out because he's been a huge help on this. I'll show you guys Malcolm later. He might be over tonight. And tonight I got to pull the radiator, pull the intercooler piping, pull the transmission shifter, drain the radiator fluid obviously, and undo the electrical, and then motor mounts. And I'm pulling the motor and training together. And it's okay, I'm kind of glad I'm doing it because I have a few oil leaks I want to seal up. There's a few things I want to do to the motor and clean it up a little bit. I want to swap probably the timing belt on it, do some wire tucking, clean up the engine bay. So it's not a big deal, I'm not too worried about it. It shouldn't be that hard, I've done it before. And then I need to probably do my front and rear main seals, maybe just because I have it out. Basically I'm trying to refreshen the motor. It shouldn't be long. Today is, what day is it? Today is Wednesday. And I hate telling you guys this because who knows when I'm going to post this video. But I'm trying to have the motor back in the car by this weekend. So I'm trying to move this really quick. It's not going to be a long drawn out time. The motor's out of the car. So I don't know if I filmed pulling the motor on this car before. There's a million videos of how to do it. I'll film here and there and give you guys updates along the way. I'm not going to go into huge detail because it's really not that difficult. But yeah, like I said, just sorry it's been a while making a video, and once this car is back on the road, we'll definitely get more content out. I've been missing drift events left and right. There's one this weekend that I'm missing in Auburndale, but no worries, I'll make the next one. So yeah, that's about all I got as an update. I hope you guys answered some questions, and let's go finish pulling this motor and unbolt some stuff. Alright, so I think I just played a time lapse, and it must have been really short because I thought I would play a longer time lapse. So sorry if it was really short, but I'm basically ready to pull the motor. Let me show you what I did. Got the radiator out. It's so easy. 2 bolts. Super simple. Intercoil piping's out. If you can tell, I have an oil leak. Look at all this oil residue everywhere, man. This thing is covered in oil. I want to clean all of this out. Engine bay is basically ready to go. I got to do the 2 wiring harnesses right here. Disconnect a few wires and label them. And I'm leaving all this on. I'm leaving the exhaust on. I'm leaving the intake manifold on. I'm leaving the water lines all on. I'm just pulling the whole thing out. So I just got to disconnect a few things here. Just minor things left to do. But yeah, we're basically ready to back the car up and get the hoist out and then yank this thing out. really simple. Like, I did maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes of work. Super simple to work on a Miata. So basically this is the point where it may get a little, how do I say, hard, not really hard, confusing. And it's basically, if it's your first time, I would highly recommend getting 1, a plastic baggie to put bolts in and label them all. And 2, I would get some masking tape or painter's tape and start labeling wires. So I'm going to label a few, like the injector harness wire and yeah, I mean, there's not many wires to me out. It's very simple. Maybe the cam angle sensor wire I'm going to label, and just label a few things here and there so I know exactly where they plug into. But I mean, even if you don't do it, like if you forget to, everything goes in its own spot. Like, it's very simple on Miata. So it shouldn't be too hard. So I'm going to get out the tape, label a few wires, unbolt everything, undo all the wiring, and get the motor mounts loose, and we'll be good to go. So very simple, guys. Okay, so since the last time you guys saw me, I made a shit ton of more progress. We're jacking it up, about to pull the motor. Draper's helping me. It should come out easy. I think everything's undone. Shifter's out, all the wiring I think is out, all the coolant lines are out, radiator, intercoil piping, engine hoist adjuster thingy is on, everything underneath the car is out, the reverse light switches are out. I think there might be one more wire behind the starter still plugged in, but we'll see when we start pulling it out. But car's up on jack stands, and we're gonna try to pull it out right now. So hopefully it goes well. We filming? We're filming. We're good. Okay, hold on. I got 2 more bolts. So, new mistake. I forgot to disconnect the battery. Undoing the starter, I just fried my wrench on the block. Basically, I almost welded it to it, but it's still good. Can't believe I forgot to disconnect the battery. Anyway, motor's coming out. I'm by myself. My roommate went inside to go get pizza, and I think I can take that by myself. So let me adjust the camera and try again for round 2. Don't forget to disconnect the battery. I stopped filming mid-pull because I'm laying one Instagram live, but motor's out. There's nothing in the engine bay, or there's stuff in the engine bay, but the motor's not in there. And the motor's the motor, and it's all out. So now I'm going to push my car onto the driveway, let it sit for a day or 2, and then come back, clean this up, clean that up, get on the engine stand, and yeah. So that about wraps up this video. I got nothing else for now. I'm tired, dirty, and hungry, and I'm gonna go inside and take a shower. So see you guys on the next video.